Well, okay. Hello, everybody. Tom here. Thought I would make a video on something I was thinking of, and it can bring in Halo, kind of Gears of War, and all games which should be adopting this kind of point that I'm about to make. Um, and I'm going to use a quote. What happened, right, to less is more? Yeah, I think you all know what I'm going to bitch about now. Right. It seems like developers have added in more than they should have for not just Halo. I want to use Gears of War as an example. Gears of War 1 was a fantastic game if you were just starting up Xbox. It kind of like sucked me in, like Gears of War 1. It was just I still love the game to bits now because of how simple it was and how basic it was. Um, but now if we jump straight past the other games for a minute and we go over to Gears Judgment, not only have they like taken the kind of Gears of War gritty feel away by letting you have multicolored guns and all these armor skins and just ridiculous fucking things. They added in so many new guns and so many extra factors, and they never just kept it simple. I always wondered why Gears of War 1 and 2 never had a 2v2 game type. I mean, there was Wingman where it was 2v2v2v2, a bit like multi-team on Halo. But I always thought that would be amazing. And the next thing is that Gears One never had like a ranking system. It was just like it was, they said it was a ranked playlist, but no one really could compare. Um, so what Gears Two did, and this is something I don't know if this is the point that I was originally talking about, but I just want to go on to this for a second. This is the ranking system. Gears of War 2, at the start, when it was a piece of crap, like the game was so laggy, like you'd shoot the shotgun or something, and the bullets would actually come out at least 6 to 7 seconds later, almost no matter what game you went into. It was terrible. The netcode was horrible. I remember Cliff Bleszinski, I think he was like the director of the game, Epic Games, was really sad and disappointed because it took like at least 8 months to fix, if I remember correctly, or even a year. Um, just a ridiculous amount of time. Like they made 6 patches, but it never actually, let's just say, like fixed the game. Um, but anyway, that's what I'm trying to say. With the ranking system, with that, when it was laggy, it was a fucking amazing ranking system. Even though the game was laggy, I could see the potential the game had. Basically, it was a bit like Halo. You had like the sergeant stuff. You didn't have a number next to it. Some of you may even remember this if you played Gears 2 right at the start. Um, and if you lost a game, you went down to like a lower sergeant or whatever, and it took fucking ages. This is why it reminded me of Halo 2. And like I would win like 4 games in a row with my friend. I'd get it, and then if I lost one game, like I'd go down, and I was like, what the fuck? Like I want to keep playing more. This is sick. Do you know what I mean? And then the annoying thing is, the ironic bit is that when they completely fixed the lag, um, they took that ranking system out and made it like any cheap ass fucking COD game where it was up to level 100 and all you had to do was keep winning XP. If you lost a game, you'd still get XP and you'd still go up. Just fucking like, the most retarded ranking system I've ever come across in my life. Because there's no competition, is there? Like, I have no problem with social players having that kind of ranking system, but why not give us something for us? But anyway, what I'm trying to say with that is that they had it right, and then they ruined it. Like they had the good ranking system where you had consequence, and then they took the consequence away, and then became one of these um, monopolized games. Do you know what I mean? Where they're just fucking throwing this shit at us, and it's just I don't know. But yeah, what happened to less is more? Um, Call of Duty. I heard that Call of Duty 4, and from what I remember, pretty good game, really good game. Call of Duty 4. Um, Simple, really simple game. One of my friends, absolute animal at it. Just really competitive player. I'm not talking someone who jumps off buildings and does like 720 no scopes. Like he was genuinely quite a competitive player, really good. Um, he said that was the best COD because it was simple. and I can't understand why they would go through all the other CODs just adding in that much crap and just making it a worse game for everyone. Like, personally, I just enjoy simple games. I think the majority of people do. Like, it happened with Gears, it happened with COD, it's happened with Halo. I could probably pick other games. Fight Night, I play Fight Night. Um, they just, I feel like developers are adding in like more shit into the game. I don't know why, because it just ruins the original simple aspect which made it competitive. Um, I'm just looking at other games now, because it honestly seems like the more the more titles that come out after each other, the more that they feel that they have to add in. I think they feel that if they're not doing anything, they're going to get criticized for not changing up the game. And that's a fair point. Like, you can imagine like IGN saying, "Oh, well, they didn't add this into." Imagine, like, let's say they made Halo 2 again, and be like, "Oh, well, they've taken out all this shit, and it's not fun for blah 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 blah." But what I don't think IGN and these reviewers realize is the absolute core fundamentals, these simple aspects that made the game so good. I can't stress enough on that. Less is more. Less is more. I never understood that when I was a kid, but now I do. And now they're probably thinking, well, if less is more, imagine how much more and more could be. Like, but no, the added variety and the variable change in gameplay is too much. Um, you know, I go into Halo 4 sometimes and I'm just like, well, fuck, like, I can't even think of how many things I have to keep an eye on. Oh, is this kid using Promethean vision? Can he fucking jump through a wall? Have they added a new armor ability where you can fucking like blend into a wall? Do you know what I mean? Like fucking like it stresses me out of it because it's not a hard thing to do if you're a developer with a good team of people. I think they must understand this by now. But yeah, that's today's video, I guess. That less is more. Because in Halo 2, this is the sad thing, is that it was a mistake, and that we're all complimenting Bungie on this game. But I honestly think like Halo 2 and Halo, I don't know if Halo 1 was a mistake really, but like you saw how they kind of like watered down Halo 2 and Halo 3, and then just fucking like we don't know what the hell happened after Halo 3. But I just think we were blessed with this game, Halo 2 and Halo 1. Don't get me wrong, Halo 3 is a great game. I just think you're limited on what you can do. Um, uh, and people say, why don't they just put like the glitches in the game in a new game like they did in Halo 2, but just not have it as a mistake. But I can see where people come from when they're saying that, but then again, it just wouldn't make sense in a way. They could make it as combos, I guess, but I'd be okay with that. It was just a cool thing knowing that it was a glitch and it was something that took skill to do. But I do think they could put it as combos. Personally, I don't see anything wrong with that. But then again, people just saw it as exploiting the game, which I never really understood. Because if everyone agreed that it really did take some skill to do, if you were like one shot and you BXR'd someone, like, how amazing is that? But yeah, less is more. Less is definitely more. And that goes for different things, It's more in terms of gameplay, it's more in terms of how you think about things. If you have even balanced gameplay, it really takes a lot for, in a 2v2 or something, for all players to understand what they need to do to win. Like, because if it's balanced and everyone knows like what kind of things can be in the game and what kind of things can affect the gameplay and the game that they're going to be playing on whatever map, um, it takes great minds to win that game. Rather than if I pose that thought to, I don't know, I'm just trying to think of a Halo 4 map. Can't even remember Solus, I think. Uh, let's put that in a 2v2. And when you've got the flag game that they used to do on that in the 2v2, you know, you had like fucking these power-ups in the middle, I think, where you could just sprint and just fucking like all the perks that you could have, all the armor abilities that you could have. Not to mention the bitch of a bolt shot, what they did to that, and just the Promethean cannon that was in the middle. Like, there's so many different kind of overpowered things that there wasn't any balance for the game. And what did we have in Halo 2? We had a sniper. Let's just take Sanctuary. We had a sniper, sword in the middle. Not to say that sword isn't overpowered in Halo 2. I don't know. I just fucking love everything about that game for some reason. But yeah, it's definitely in the older games. I feel like greater minds played those games, and it's not hard to adapt Halo 4, but it's just frustrating to adapt Halo 4. Put it that way. I think you will understand what I meant with this video. I feel like developers again are just doing more than they think they should. And it's actually making their game worse rather than better. And as I said with the Gears of War thing, they had a good ranking system. Like, it actually was amazing. Like, it made me come back and play it more than anything. But like, I loved Gears almost as much as Halo. And now after Gears Judgment, even Gears 3 was kind of, I picture Gears 3 as almost like a Halo Reach, and then the Gears Judgment is like Halo 4. Like, Gears 2 was almost like Halo 3, and then fucking Gears 1 was like Halo 2. That's the way I'm picturing these things. And like COD 4 used the same kind of pattern. COD 4, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3. That's where it got bad. Was Modern Warfare 3, and then the other games kind of followed on this kind of pattern. I don't know if I'm onto something here, but let me know what you think. I don't know what gameplay I'm going to put over this. Again, my PVR is broken, so it's going to be old XBC gameplay. Before I clawed, when I was kind of like really kind of bad at the game, but I'm not saying I'm good at Halo 2. I was better than I was when I first started, but that makes sense, I guess. But anyway, enough of my rant. I hope you enjoyed the video. Fuck Google Plus. Yeah, take it easy. Yeah, have a good day.